there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. As always, I'm excited about this quick topic tonight. And the topic is very simple. Simply the mirror test: how to package, price, position, and sell based on your mirror. One of the things I want you to know is that the business that you have right now is a direct reflection of how you see yourself. Okay. The clients that you are working with in this moment, the folks that are raising their hand and saying yes to you, are in direct correlation with what you are saying. I'm going to break that down for many of you over the next couple of minutes. And my only goal is to support you. I do have a couple of notes because I want to make sure that I don't miss any of this. When I was writing this out earlier today, and it was just on my heart, and I wanted to make sure that I communicate this to you during this season. You are the mirror. And so a lot of times in my work, I've coached thousands of women over the last 2 decades. And so some of the women that I've had the opportunity to work with already are in business. And many of them have said to me over the years that, Mia, I don't have the customers that I'd like to work with. Maybe attitudinally, mindset wise, they don't have the customers, or maybe even investment wise, which is still mindset. They don't have the customers that they want to work with, or maybe they are a coach or consultant that clients aren't getting results and they can't figure this out. I'm going to break that down for you over the next couple of minutes. Let me just make sure that this is going out to all the platforms that I know would benefit from this message, because this is going to be a keeper. This is a keeper. And you might even want to, as you're listening to this today, you might want to, let me share it. You might want to take notes on this one, because I'm going to speak from my heart. Now, I will say, if your feelings get hurt easily, this might be a sensitive one. You can come back for it. But tonight we're going to talk about how you are the mirror, and that the business that you have right now is a direct reflection of your beliefs and your mindset. Okay. And if the results are not where you would like them to be, it's usually because of those things. It's not because of your talent. And I can tell you that for sure. So here's the first thing you need to understand. Number one is that your package actually reflects how clearly you understand what you have to offer. And this is the thing that so many people who come to me don't get. A lot of times you're smart, you're sharp, you're talented, you come with 10, 20, 30 years of experience, you create massive results for others, and that's what you're known for. But when it comes time to package yourself, you become unclear about what is it that someone would want from, what would somebody want from me? And it's a question that I hear all the time. Or the package is very tiny. It's not reflective of really your bigness and your talents and your skill and all of the experience that you bring to the table. One of the reasons that happens is when we undervalue what we give to others. It means likely you're this person working with people, you find yourself over delivering, over giving all the time. And when that happens and it's time to package what you do, you have given away so many things for free, okay, and not for fee, that you don't even know that the things that you are providing your customers have value. So what can it look like? It could look like you package together in your coaching and your consulting many things for customers. And you'll find like a lot of what you're giving them, they're not even paying you for the level of transformation that they're receiving. Does that make sense? And because of that, these are things that you just give people, that there's no list of you even understanding or comprehending what it is that you're providing the client. I see this all the time, and I help my clients restructure what their packages are and really become very clear around why someone is choosing you. If your goal is to create a transition from your job and in coaching or consulting, it's going to be really important that you've got streamlined packages that fully value and represent what you do exceptionally well. And if you don't understand how to do that, the only thing that I know is that you need to work with someone that can show you how to do that, or who can see what you are not seeing that you're giving away. And it's a tale as old as time, where you have individuals who are doing the work, but they aren't charging what they should be charging. They're not standing in their value. They're not owning the great things that they're providing their clients. It's just something that they give clients, and they have undervalued their talent and skill. Now, if that's you, you can write "that's me" and all's forgiven, right? But this is one of the things that gets in the way. Today, we're talking about the mirror test, and that mirror test and how it impacts your packaging, pricing, your positioning, and how you sell. The second thing to keep in mind is that your pricing is impacted also as it relates to your mirror test. See, your pricing reflects how much value your transformation creates. But sometimes we don't even know the value of the transformation that we're providing our clients. And I'm telling you the truth. So if I asked you right now to talk to me about, the kind of transformation you provide your clients, a lot of times what people talk to me about are benefits that their clients get as a result of what they do. When I think about the women that I have worked with over the years, first of all, my clients can't even pay me for the level of results and of what it is that I've done. But I am properly compensated. When I first start working with them, I'm properly compensated for teaching them how to package their knowledge into a high value, high ticket product that they can sell online or offline. I'm not doing any of these things for free or any of these things for $97 or $297 or some kind of barter system. And you all know what I'm talking about. So many smart, sharp women, they are so used to diluting their value and not understanding, I told you I'm going to step on your toes tonight, and not understanding the value of the transformation that they bring, that they don't even feel comfortable using high ticket numbers associated with them. Even though they have all the years of experience, even though they have all of the letters behind their name, even though they have the transformation that they've created in the workplace over and over again, they're the best. But when they think about running their own business and charging for their services, they've been so diluted and programmed from the workplace, right, by the salary model, that they don't know how to stand in their own value so that the right customer comes to them. Let me explain something to you. Price is so important because you want to work with people who value and respect what you do, the transformation that you bring. You'll get a better client because of that. And when you work with people who are investment minded, those people show up more and they get greater results. So when you guys look at my testimonial reels, the reality is just like, how do all these people get results? Well, because they are investors in themselves. I'm not interested in working with someone who has a $97 dream. Okay, like they're ready to invest $97 to change their life. That is not the person that I am interested in working with. The women I've worked with have already invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in their education. They're the number one asset. The people that you want to work with are the same. And the moment that you understand that your pricing reflects the transformation that you provide someone, the value of that transformation, how is that transformation changing their life? And I always say, for me, what I teach someone to do, not going to do it one time. They're going to do it over and over and over and over again. So I can't be paid for, like I'm not going to be paid for a lifetime for what I teach someone, but I must be properly compensated for that which I teach. Number three, the third thing, you guys following me on this? Is this good or is it good? The third thing I want you to keep in mind is that you are the mirror. And as that relates to your positioning, the way it gets in the way is your positioning reflects the size of your vision. Hear me on this. So sometimes I'm talking to someone and they're thinking about positioning themselves, but they see themselves so small in the scheme of things. So what the smallness looks like as it relates to positioning, this is what I see. It looks like you are Google searching, Googleicious. You think that what somebody else is doing is higher than what you can do. Even though you've got the background, you've got the proof, you've got all of the experience, it's irrelevant. The reality is it's understanding that you are meant to lead from the front. And when you don't understand that, you're not positioned properly. When you are thinking that what someone else is doing is greater than your own, most often that's insecurity, there's doubt, there's fear, but the level of the buyer you're willing to stand in front of will change based on how you position yourself. It's very important to understand Positioning is everything. Positioning is going to bring forward that right client. Every single day, people raise their hand, reach out to us, DM us, reply to emails because I'm positioned properly. I work with women. They're sharp. They're smart. They're highly actionable. They're investment minded. They say yes. They figure it out. Those are the people who I want to work with. I am not positioned to work with that person who is more concerned about, playing and having fun and less interested in having fun for the rest of your life by owning your life. Does that make sense? And packaging what you do at the highest level and being able to price and fully value the results that you can bring to the table and that you're sure around those. Positioning makes you the authority. It makes you the leader when you do it the right way. You could also position yourself in the opposite way, which is what most people do. Number 4. The fourth thing I want you to keep in mind as it relates to this mirror test is that as it relates to your selling, that your selling to me relates how you communicate certainty. So the reality is that when someone says yes, they buy from you. What are they buying? They're buying certainty. They're buying your certainty that they have a belief that, and they're certain that you can do what you say, right? And imagine that you've got packages, you don't even know what you should really be offering, what's the highest level of transformation that you provide the client. Imagine that your prices are so low that they repel the ideal client. They don't know that they could trust you, can't figure out why the prices are as low as they are. It's like she looks good, but the prices just don't match what she does, right? All of those letters, all the years of experience, because you're like, I just got to do a beta test. I just got to get started with a $97 strategy. Listen, I told you that I was going to be honest with you, because the thing is, you see so much out here today. Everybody's a coach, everybody's online, everyone's talking, but not everyone has your back in terms of not everything's going to work for everybody. If you have an established business like I do, you can sell something for $97 because you've got a high value list. But if you're just getting started and you start marketing to these people that can't take a journey with you, you're going to be stuck for a long time in your marketing with people who are $97 individuals. And $97 people don't want to invest at the highest level in themselves. They're not going to be able to do any of the things you're going to want them to do. So I'm just telling you, because a lot of times folks don't talk about it, and I hope that this supports you in some way. Your selling, to me, reflects how you communicate certainty. If you don't know why your prices are what they are, if you don't understand what it is that you bring to the table that's exceptional or the thing that makes you scarce, then how are you certain in front of that customer when it's time to transact? Likely, you're not certain. And that's what they experience. So for those of you who have been experiencing more no's or not a whole lot of commitment, it is because of that. If any one of those things that I just mentioned around packaging, pricing, positioning, or selling are in the way, this is what it could look like in your business. You're going to have slow sales. You're going to have low fees, right? You're going to have the conversations of, I'm building, right? Like, I'm working on it. I'm coming, those kind of conversations. You're going to have, you're going to be dealing with people who are watching you, but they're not buying from you. All right. When you have the right positioning message, people not only watch you, but they also buy from you. And here's the best news of it all. I know this is a tough laugh, right? But I'm here for you. Okay. The best news of it all is that all of it is fixable. All of it. Because when you correct the mirror, your results change. Did you hear me? When you correct the mirror, the results change. And sometimes that's an inner game. Most often, what I see with my clients who maybe want to sell something for $25,000 that should be $50,000, when we correct that mirror, when they understand their value, when they know how to package what they do properly, because I show them how to do it, you know what? You change the kind of customer that's attracted to you. You change, your messaging changes. You become a lot more attractive to the right people. They feel like they can trust you more. When you understand how to walk the client through what that price is the reason why so many people have low prices. They don't know how to walk the client through a process they have never gone through. Hear me on this. Imagine that you're trying to sell something for $40,000 to someone, or $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is, and you have never invested that yourself. How do you walk a client through a place you've never been? Can't. Okay. So You need to know from this live that you are absolutely the mirror. And I hope that there's something that I've said that inspires you to change that. If I can support you in some way, of course I can, then DM me. And I'd love to be able to have a decision and deciding conversation with you around how we could set you up in this upcoming year with some new options on how to package what you do differently, on how to price to fully value the results you bring to the table, on how to position yourself as the obvious choice, and also how to close and sell, because there's tons of opportunity. And I know that if you're watching the news, don't do that, by the way, but if you are, then you're likely believing that there's no opportunity. And I have clients who are closing all the time during any time. So, and same is true for you, right? So I hope that there's something that I've said to you today that really gets you to think differently about what you bring to the table. It's a tough live. If you just joined me, make sure you watch the replay. And if this resonated in some way, if it called at your soul in some way, your heart, DM me. I'd love to be able to see how I can support you with what your next level plan looks like. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great and amazing